I'm joining Dominique, the Diva, and Kevin.
Erin Como,
Hi,
what's
Erin.
going on?
This is fun.
Yes, I'm very excited about this next topic that our friend Chris will be presenting to us.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yes.
celebrity snack time, and the exciting part is, so we're going to talk, Chris, about these Hollywood heartthrobs who fit the definition of a snack. First up, talk me about Brad Pitt.
I will talk to you about Brad Pitt, and this story starts with the sentence, if you've ever wanted to look like Brad Pitt, good news. Obviously, all of us would probably be okay with that.
Well, I already do,
And-
Chris.
Well, Kevin, I was just about to say
Thank you.
Yes, exactly. However, the Oscar winner is now releasing his own skincare products, taking a page out of some other high-profile Hollywood celebrities' playbook. It's called Le Domaine Skincare. It's for both men and women, so that's the good news. It's not just for us guys. The products run between $80 and $380. Pitt said the creation was inspired by Gwyneth Paltrow's line of beauty products. This guy's in like his mid to late 50s. Still looks pretty good, I think it's safe to say. So
Definitely safe to say.
I take his word for it.
Yeah, but I got to ask, as guys, Kevin and Chris, would you spend like $380 on a cream? I would if it made me look really good
That
in
does
the
not
face.
surprise me at all that you would. Kevin,
I mean-
I'm actually curious about Kevin's take on this.
No, not $380.
No, not
I mean, I
$380.
think a cream, I'd probably stop at 50.
That's
Okay.
reasonable.
For a cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, the stuff I use is like $40 or something like that.
That's still an investment.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still expensive, but $380.
But listen, if Brad Pitt said you can have skin like mine when you're older, I'd be like, sign me up, Brad. Let me write you a
Exactly. That
check
is
and I
true.
put it on layaway.
Maybe if you spend the $380, he will let you talk about Fight Club.
He should.
There you
He
go.
should come with the 380. Yes.
Yeah.
Point, Kevin. All right, I'm going to make a little admission here. I am one of those people who doesn't use anything on my face.
Yeah.
So the idea of spending upwards of $300 on something.
Yeah.
We got you onto that drugstore moisturizer for a while, though.
That's true. I do have like an Aveeno or something. Like
Yeah.
that.
Aveeno or
I'm telling you.
something.
When it
Yeah.
gets a
There
little
you
dry.
go.
When it gets a
Aveeno's my
little dry.
jam, dude.
That's
All
great.
right, let's stay on the Brad Pitt topic, all right, guys? Because he knows a thing or two about handsomeness, like we've just touched on. He's a good-looking guy. Now he's making his own list of Hollywood's most handsome. He revealed it in a new Vogue interview, and he did not include himself, Erin, like you mentioned. So who did make his list? Take a little listen to who he said.
Who are the most handsome men in the world, past and present? You know, in the acting world, because that's my day job, the immediate go-to is Paul Newman, because he aged so gracefully, and by all reports, a really special, giving, warm, and truthful human being. If I was going to name someone present, well, I got to name that George Clooney. Because usually I'm always taking him out, and he's always taking me out. And this time I'm going to go the other way, just this once. George, that one's for you.
You know, I'm
those are
surprised
pretty
because,
good
well,
picks.
because Cool Hand Luke, Paul Newman, great choice.
Absolutely.
But I would argue, like, it's funny, I was watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood recently, the Quentin Tarantino film. Brad Pitt's starting to look like Robert Redford
He has
I mean,
that
he always
really
has, but
distinguished
even
look.
more so.
now. I
As
was
he
surprised he
ages.
didn't mention Redford, but maybe that was too close to him. I don't know. You know, I don't
You
know.
don't want to
It
be
would
like
be kind
me
of
in a
like
couple
that.
years.
Robert
Right.
Redford, yeah.
So, Dominique, who's your guys? Who would you add to the list?
First of all, I'm not surprised that he said George Clooney. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you just have to
They're
say
best
that.
friends, the
I mean,
Ocean's
it's his man
films.
crush.
The salt and pepper hair, like come
Silver
on.
fox.
For me
Yeah.
personally, I'm gonna have to say, you know, Michael Ealy.
I just talked to him yesterday, by the way.
You did?
Yeah, we're going to have him on the show next week. He's such a great guy.
Oh, yeah,
Not to
like
name drop, but
now
that was
he's
yesterday.
more sexy because
Yeah.
he's a good person, too.
Yes, yeah, he's
Right.
awesome, dude.
So Michael Ealy, let's see who else. I think Paul Rudd. He actually made people's sexiest
Oh, yeah.
man alive. I had a
That's a
crush on
good
him
one.
since
He looks the
Clueless.
same since Clueless.
He does.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I didn't realize I had a crush on him until she realized she had a crush on him. At the end
Right.
of the
And then
movie.
you're like,
was
I do too.
I do too.
Well, hashtag Fox5 Lion. I want to hear yours. I'm just going to slide on in Chris Evans to the list.
Okay.
He is just a good-looking superhero.
Yeah.
I don't know where I mean, I don't think about this often, but I don't know.
I'll let you ponder.
Let me get. Well, how about our next guest?
Oh, obviously
All right.
should be on that list.
Yeah.
Zac Efron is a snack. Kev, you got to talk to him about his new movie and the movie itself looks
Yeah.
really good. Do you think he's going to win any awards for this?
No, I don't know if it'll win awards, but you never know. Peter Farrelly, who directed this movie, he directed Green Book, which won Best Picture a couple years ago. So, I mean, anything could happen, and that's the same director who did Dumb and Dumber, and There's Something About Mary and Kingpin.
Classics.
I mean, Dumb and Dumber is one of the greatest movies ever made. But in terms of greatest beer run ever, it's a true story. 1967, a man from New York, Efron's character Chicky, travels to Vietnam during the war to deliver American beer to his friend soldiers who were from his neighborhood.
That's
Literally,
a true story.
what he did. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. He got on a boat, traveled to Vietnam, and was on the front lines of the war handing beer to his neighborhood friends who were fighting.
Wow.
Pretty wild story. So the movie's out on Apple TV Plus next Friday. I did talk to Zac Efron and director Peter Farrelly, but we got into a bit of a more serious discussion about mental health because recently Efron has been open about depression that he had suffered after filming Baywatch. There was some training involved in that film that apparently was really rough on him, and he opened up about falling into a depression because of it. So I spoke to Peter Farrelly and Zac Efron about destigmatizing mental health. Check it out. And I'll end on this, Zac. You said something recently that really kind of affected me about depression. I've been dealing with depression and anxiety my entire life. I've been in therapy my whole life and with anxiety and everything like that. You speaking about depression, or anybody speaking about depression who's in your shoes or in an actor, it really helps people.
Yeah, sometimes life just gets to you, man. It's hard to shake. And I've never really spoken about it because I never really thought it really mattered and it's hard. It is a hard thing to talk about.
It matters a lot, though.
Yeah,
Matters, yeah.
You talking about it is great.
Yeah.
I suffer from anxiety. I have for 30, 40 years. I've been on Zoloft for 25 years.
I'm on Prozac.
I will say it changed my life for the better.
We're in a different space today now, and I think it is the right time to be vocal about these things and to let people know you don't have to suffer alone.
No,
and
don't hide it.
Yeah, don't hide it.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to get through it. And I encourage my kids and everybody who I know to discuss it. It's the cure. Half the cure is
the truth, man.
Facing it.
What I find really interesting is, again, I don't really watch my own stuff, but I'm watching that clip just now because we're standing here and I'm raising my hand and I'm like proud to say, or not proud, but I'm like, hey, I'm on Prozac. And it's like, I think back to when I was in middle school and high school.
Hide that.
Oh my God! If I saw, I would never even, let alone on television. But being bullied and picked on in school when kids would make fun of me, I wouldn't just offer that. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm dealing with some things. I have anxiety and depression and OCD, but that's a really fascinating thing of where we are now. But then to see someone like Efron and Ryan Reynolds has talked about it a lot. The Rock has. To see people at that level give that type of exposure to destigmatizing mental health. It's just important because it should be part of our natural conversations. It is again, I would argue mental health is a disability in a way where it disables you from doing things and mentally speaking.
Life,
yeah.
Right?
And I'm not saying, it's disability on the same level of other disabilities, but it is something that, disables you a bit, mentally speaking. So it is an interesting thing. I think more people should talk about it.
But Kev, you know how brave you are, and to see guys like that and guys like you that people look at and say, wow, they have everything, to know that you suffer too. Somebody watching at home might give them the courage to get help.
Yeah. You know what I always think about when we lost Robin Williams?
Oh my God.
And what he meant to me, and to know that there was something else going on that I didn't know, and I'm always like, wow. It really can bring us together when we're more transparent and see how much alike we all really are.
And that's a great
really
point.
Good point.
I remember, I interviewed Robin Williams twice in his career, and he was the guy that was always on.
Right.
Constantly on. Like
almost
always
overcompensating for other struggles.
That's what I
You don't
think.
realize it at the time.